Good morning, students. Today, in lecture number 6, we are going to study the reported speech in detail. In the previous lecture, lecture number 2, 3, 4, 5, we have studied the reported speech. Again, the further part of this section, direct and indirect speech, we are going to study it today. Dear students, there are some changes that we have to make while doing indirect speech from the direct speech. In the, for example, yesterday we have seen that the next week we have converted next week into the following week. That way there are some words we have to change it according to the requirement from doing direct to indirect speech. There is one word now, we have to convert it into then from direct to indirect. Direct speech, and this is indirect speech. Now into then. Here into there. Now into then. Here into there. Ago, ago. Ago into before or earlier. Before or earlier. Then we have today or tonight into today into that day. Today into that day. Tonight into that night. Such a change you have to keep in mind while making indirect speech from the direct. Then tomorrow into the next day. Tomorrow into the next day or the following day. Tomorrow into the next day or following day. Then yesterday into the previous day. Previous day, or we can see it the day before. Yesterday, the previous day, or the day before. Beside this, we have three more words. We have to convert them into the following changes according to the requirement. We have last month into the previous. Previous month. Next Thursday. Thursday into the following Thursday. Following Thursday. Then this into that. These into those. These are some changes we have to keep in mind while making indirect speech from the direct. And some changes, most of these sentences come. For example, whenever the last comes here, we have, whenever the last means, we have to change into the previous. Last month, previous month. Next Thursday, the following Thursday means next means another, following means another. Next Thursday, following Thursday, this into that, this into those. Now, then, here, there. I go before or earlier. Then today, that day. Tonight, that night. Tomorrow, the next day or the following day. And yesterday, the previous day or the day before. These are some changes you have to keep in mind while making the sentences. And according to the direct and according to the rule of reported speech, these changes are very necessary in each and every sentences whenever we found these. And such changes you have to be remember forever. Just write down this. Then we will move the next section of this reported speech. After this, when we have seen that yesterday the sentences of interrogative types, some sentences of simple types, maybe of simple future, simple present, simple past, and we have practiced them very well. And yesterday also we have discussed about the interrogative sentences, and today we will discuss the sentences which doesn't bring any change, because they talk about the routine, habitual or regular activities. One. Secondly, they also talks about the universal truth, though the reported speech in the past. Reported speech past मध्ये असेल तरी पण आपण त्या वाक्यामध्ये चेंज करू शकत नाही, फक्त कनेक्ट करतो that because some sentences give the regular routine activities and some sentences talks about the routine activities, universal truth, facts, which doesn't bring any change. Look at one sentence. She said, Nitin takes 8 o'clock train every day. Comment also. She said reported speech in the past. So in the previous sentences, when we have changed it, we have converted the sentence, though it may be in the simple present or simple future, into the simple past and simple future request. So reported speech as is said here in of the simple past, and the sentence is simple present, and such sentences we have converted into the simple past. But now, for each and every sentence, while converting it to the indirect speech from the direct, we have to keep in mind the particular content of the sentence, though it is simple information, regular routine activity or universal facts, that you have to keep in mind. So, Nitin takes 8 o'clock train every day means she said that ती अशी म्हणाली की नितीन अप अँड डाऊन करण्यासाठी किंवा जाणे येण्यासाठी 8 वाजताची ट्रेन तो प्रत्येक दिवशी जात असतो. 8 वाजताच्या ट्रेननी तो रोज जात असतो. ती म्हणाली होती की तो रोज 8 वाजताच्या ट्रेननी जात असतो. जात होता म्हणू शकतो का आपण? नाही, कारण की हे रेग्युलर ऍक्टिव्हिटी आहे म्हणून त्याच्यामध्ये चेंज होत नाही. फॉर एक्झाम्पल द सेम सेंटेन्स जस्ट लाइक आई विल गिव यू द अनदर वन. Gopal said, I will wake, or we simply say, I wake at 5 every day, at 5 a.m. or 5 o'clock every day. And Gopal said, I wake or wake up. I'll wake at 5 p.m. Sorry, 5 a.m. or early in the morning every day. So we couldn't bring any change in such sentences by converting into the indirect speech. We simply say she said that. Look at the first sentence. She said that. We keep it as it is because it doesn't bring any change. Nitin takes 8 o'clock train every day. Means she said reported speech in the simple past, but the sentence doesn't bring any change. Nitin takes 8 o'clock train every day. The first one what I told you now, the second one. Gopal said that I will change into he. तो बनाना he. Gopal said that he wake up at 5 a.m. every day. Means we couldn't bring any change because these are the routine and regular activities that talks about one's routine. Then again we can also says that Shyam said I go to office by railway or car. Whenever the sentence takes the word every day, we couldn't bring any change. We simply say Sam said that I am to he. He goes. थर्ड पर्सन सिंगुलर आहे की सी इट म्हणून आपण काय करतो वर्बला यस लावतो किंवा यस लावतो. सो श्याम सेड दॅट ही गोज टू ऑफिस बाय railway or we can say by car every day. So this is a little bit about the Sam said that he goes to office. So whenever such words comes, you have to keep in mind the particular changes. You have to be find out. You have to notice. These are some examples of regular routine activities which doesn't accept any type of change, right? Beside this, we have some sentences which come into the category of regular activities, universal facts, which doesn't bring any change, though whatever may be the reported speech of any tense. So these are the universal facts which remain as it is in the past, present and future, and which doesn't bring any change. For example, he said water is essential for life. We couldn't say water was essential for life or water will essential for life, but we say in any age that water is essential for life. In any age, we simply say water is essential for life. So in such sentences, though it may be in simple present or it may be in simple future, we couldn't bring any change as per the previous rule. We simply say he said that water is essential for life. He said that water is essential for life. The second one we simply say Ram said to Sham, sun rises in the east. Surya पश्चिमेला उगवतो राम श्याम म्हणा. Or sun rises in the east or sun sets into the west. We simply say Ram said to Sham that the sentence remains as it is. Sun rises in the east. We couldn't bring any change in the sentences and it remains as it is. Ram said to Shyam that sun rises in the east. Then we have one more sentence we add in this category. Father said to his son. Father said to his son, this is the reported speech, comma into entered comma, hard work always leads to success. Right? Hard work always leads to success. This is one. Father said to his son, hard work always leads to success. Honesty is the best policy. Sun sets into the west. Oxygen is good for health. This Ganga, Godavari are the sacred rivers. Eco-friendly atmosphere is the good atmosphere. Such sentences remains as it is in any reported speech or in any form. We simply convert this sentence into the indirect. Father said to his son that, what he said? Father said to his son that hard work always leads to success. So wherever or in any condition or in any field you choose the habit, prefer the habit of hard work, you will always success. So these are some examples. What I told you, the such examples means we have honesty is the best policy. Reported speech of any tense, may be of simple present or simple past or future, such sentences doesn't change. Hydrogen is lighter than air. हवेपेक्षा हलका असतो हायड्रोजन वायू. Sun rises in the east, sun sets in the west. Honesty is the best policy. Hard work always leads to success. Exercise, regular exercise keeps you healthy. These are some sentences which couldn't bring any change in the sentences by converting them into the indirect speech. So, my dear friends, keep in mind these some examples which are very much useful. So, beside that, we have some examples, because first you keep in mind the changes which the word except or word change while convert them into the past. And beside that, here you might have I have given you just some words you remember forever, right? Because they are very useful while making the direct and indirect speech. which just what I give you the list of the words and their particular changes. Now then, before, earlier, next week, following week, these, those, this, that, such changes you have to keep in mind forever, because any sentence will be asked by including such words. And again, you keep in mind the sentences which couldn't bring or take any change while converting them into the indirect speech. These are the regular activities of any person, institute, individual, or anyone. And secondly, the universal facts also couldn't change while making or transferring from direct to indirect speech. This is little bit about the what I said you about the universal facts, and also about the sentences. Beside this, we have some sentences that we have to keep in mind, the sentences of imperative type, because we have seen simple sentences like Rama eats a mango, Gopal said Rama eats a mango. We have simply converted them. Gopal said that Ram ate a mango. Simple present into the simple past. If the same sentence comes, Ram said Gopal ate a mango, we convert into its further past. Further past means Gopal said that Ram had eaten a mango. Means simple present into the simple past into the past perfect. These are some changes you have to keep in mind while changing the sentences from direct to indirect speech. Tomorrow we will take some examples of this type, and again some examples of imperative sentences. Imperative type means Nagnath Totawad, and then some of exclamatory. Then we will practice. Thank you very much.